Welcome to the first episode of What If the Penguin Beats Batman? Watch the interesting story between the Batman and the mafia boss Penguin. In the grimy underbelly of Gotham, a city that thrived on chaos, Oswald Cobblepot, better known as the Penguin, had always been considered a second-tier villain. Constantly overshadowed by masterminds like the Joker or powerhouses like Bane, the Penguin's crimes were often seen as petty in comparison. But what Gotham's elite underestimated was his brilliance, not in brute strength, but in strategy. Chapter 1. The Grand Plan. After years of humiliation at Batman's hands, the Penguin had enough. He knew he couldn't outfight the Dark Knight. Batman was a machine, a creature of unmatched will and physical power. Instead, Penguin would beat him using his sharpest weapon, his mind. Using his vast wealth, the Penguin secretly formed alliances with Gotham's biggest crime families. The remnants of villains Batman had taken down: Riddler, Poison Ivy, even lesser-known criminals like Firefly were brought into his fold. But unlike before, when Gotham's villains fought separately this time, they would act in unison, every move calculated. With his network in place, Penguin initiated the Eclipse Protocol, a plan years in the making. Chapter 2. The Trap. First, Penguin used his underground connections to spread false information. Word leaked that Bane was planning a major attack on Gotham's City Hall, sending Batman racing across the city with the GCPD. But it was a diversion. While Batman was preoccupied, Penguin's real target was Wayne Enterprises itself. Using Riddler's tech skills, Penguin hacked into Wayne's global assets, cutting Bruce Wayne off from his entire financial empire overnight. In a single stroke, Penguin crippled Wayne Enterprises, and more importantly, Bruce Wayne. Without the resources to fund his gadgets, armor, and surveillance, Batman was forced to fight like the man he was, without the high-tech advantage that had always kept him one step ahead of Gotham's criminals. Chapter 3. Gotham Falls. Before we continue to Chapter 3, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Penguin then flooded Gotham's streets with chaos. Poison Ivy took control of the city's parks, turning them into deadly forests. Firefly set Gotham's most secure buildings ablaze. The city was in utter disarray. Every time Batman tried to restore order, a new threat emerged. For the first time in his career, Batman was overwhelmed. He couldn't be everywhere at once. As Gotham descended into madness, Penguin unleashed his final move, releasing the city's darkest secret. Penguin knew Bruce Wayne's identity. With the combined efforts of Riddler and Penguin's spy network, they'd pieced together the clues over the years. In a public broadcast, Penguin revealed that Bruce Wayne was Batman. Chapter 4. The Fall of the Bat. The revelation shattered Bruce's world. His double life, carefully maintained for years, was destroyed in an instant. The Wayne Manor was raided, and the Batcave seized by Gotham's police force. Public trust in Batman disintegrated, and Bruce Wayne became a pariah overnight. Without resources, without his secret identity, Batman was left vulnerable. But more than that, Bruce Wayne was left broken. Penguin, always the tactician, used this moment to strike a final personal blow. He kidnapped Alfred, the one constant in Bruce's life, his moral compass and father figure. Batman, stripped of his armor and gadgets, was forced to confront Penguin on his own terms. In the sewers beneath Gotham, a fitting battleground for a bird like the Penguin, the two finally faced off. Chapter 5. The Showdown. This time, there were no gadgets, no fancy Batmobile, no ace in the hole. Bruce fought with his bare hands, but Penguin had anticipated this moment for years. Using every dirty trick he had, from his lethal umbrella weapons to his army of henchmen, Penguin overwhelmed Batman in brutal hand-to-hand combat. Exhausted and battered, Batman finally collapsed. The once mighty symbol of Gotham's hope was broken. With a sneer, Penguin stood over him. "You always thought you were better than me," Penguin growled. "But in the end, you're just a man. and Gotham belongs to those who seize power, not those who pretend to protect it. Chapter 6. A New Era. Penguin didn't kill Batman. He wanted Bruce to live in the ruins of what he once stood for. Gotham was his now. The city fell under his control, with the criminal underworld flourishing in the wake of Batman's downfall. Penguin became more than a mob boss. He became the de facto ruler of Gotham, controlling its wealth, politics, and crime. Batman, broken physically and mentally, disappeared from the public eye. Rumors swirled that he'd fled Gotham, leaving it to the vultures. In his absence, Gotham rotted, becoming a haven for corruption and vice. But some whispered that Bruce Wayne was still out there, plotting his revenge, waiting for the moment to rise again. Because even in defeat, Batman was more than a man. He was an idea, and no matter how dark Gotham became, there would always be the chance that the Bat could return. But for now, Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin, reigned supreme. Epilogue. The question of hope. As Gotham descended further into darkness, one question remained on everyone's mind. Could Batman return from this? Or was the city's fate sealed under the iron grip of its new king? In the end, Batman had always fought for the soul of Gotham. But what if, this time, he lost? Subscribe for episode 2, like the video and leave a comment. Thank you for watching.